Hello, hello? Hello, hello? Hey, can you guys hear me? Amazing. I'm still new to everything, so you have to forgive me. Okay, let's start the game. This is what everybody came here to play some Astro Colony demo. I just need to take all my take all my things on the second display. I will be ready. Can you guys hear me? Should be fine. I will put a little bit more. Okay. Do you want to guys see me in the camera or maybe not? Just I don't know if it makes sense, but so yeah, let's start the game. I'll pick once again an enable booster, and then maybe we'll make free construction and some unlimited technology points, so you can access everything in the game pretty easily. Maybe not everything, because in the demo like 70% of the content is blocked currently, because I don't want to spoil too much. And if you would like to try this already, you can obviously go to the Kickstarter page, and for €2 you can get access to the demo. And if you want, take a little bit of risk, which this game is going to be released next year, hopefully. Yeah, so you can make a pledge and you can get the game cheaper when it releases. So actually there is no risk. The game will be for sure released, but maybe not everybody will like it or something. We know what happened with CD Projekt and Cyberpunk, so yeah. Some people are saying that you shouldn't buy pre-order. So if you haven't checked the previous video, you can look into the history of my videos on Twitch, and where I'm explaining and reading all these tutorial parts. But I will just try to enjoy this as much as possible. So I'm collecting some iron, which I need to collect 4. And I'm looking around where I can get some copper, and I see some copper floating around, so I will just move here quickly. So there are 4, which is perfect, so I can just get even a little bit more, so I can just destroy. Now I need to craft the 2 things, so this and this. And I can even mine more in the meantime, so I will just get some carbon. I see it's crafted already. And maybe some things, also carbon and ice. So I need to check my oxygen meter, and yeah, I see I'm losing some oxygen. I need to discover the technology, which is oxygen. I need to do this. I need to extract some more ice now. 1 and 2. Now I need to refill the oxygen, carbon. Now I need to unlock the carbon reactor. I place this here so I have access to, and I need to make my first asteroid catcher. So if I have enough, but I don't, so I need to collect a little bit more resources. So it should be enough of copper if I collect this, and it should be enough, maybe a little bit more carbon, and where is iron here? Not. Do you guys see the iron? Maybe it's under. Nope. Here is something. So let's get here. And that should be enough. Okay, how much? I just need this now. I just collect all of that. Okay, that should be fantastic. So when I construct my, still I need carbon, okay, copper, Where's the closest copper? Just one more. That should be enough. Fuck. Yeah, enough? Yeah, sure. So I can just place it here. And even if you misplace it or do something, you can always change the rotation, like I did now. So so the gun is pointing in this direction, which I think is nice. So what I will for sure need, or I will just catch the first thing that I can catch, so it's fine. And now I need to discover the handcrafting of the copper, and I need to start making some from iron copper bars. So I need to enable both. So I need a little bit more of copper. Oh, here is plenty of this. The music is too loud. Okay, good to know. I'll try to make it a little bit lower. Game music volume 20. Is it still too loud? Maybe I will also decrease this thing so you can hear me better. Hopefully now it should be better. Okay, this has both. Maybe I should not use it. Here is a little bit closer, just with copper. Perfect. This will hit the. I need to rush with this a little bit because it will rush now. Okay. So do I have enough? Yeah, I have 6 electric cables, so I should be able to simply connect this. And when I provide some, maybe just 2. Yeah. So what started processing of this asteroid, so I can take some ice in the moment. Do I have enough ice? I'll just refill this. Yeah, sure. I can also plug another asteroid catcher. Maybe I'm going to do this. So when I have some resources, I will do this. So do I have any things in the radar? Maybe this thing. Let's get a little bit more. Let's get a little bit more. Sure. I see in this. I think I have enough of this. I'll just look for. This is too far. Maybe this. This is not too. I will catch this. It's okay. Okay, so let me explain how to construct floors, build some floors. So let's get. Yes, you have to build them on the edge of the station. Oh, Kierva! Music is too loud. I'm trying. Okay. Yeah. So what else? Obviously, I forgot about this. Now suddenly there are plenty of things. Okay, so I don't want this. I want more of this. Okay, fine. And I can also cancel this, so I can process a lot of copper. Now will be way simpler to get this. So what do I have? I have some copper. I have too many copper wires, so I should unselect this. And what I will for sure need this and this. So I need. No, maybe not this. Okay. So I just need to have iron plates. So can I get more iron plates? Yes, I can make handcrafting for iron plates. And let's start making some iron plates with this and this. So I should be able to start making some floors. But this is for tutorial purpose, so Otherwise, I would just expand automation and do more things like that. So we'll try to make more devices now. Yes, I said exactly. This is like 30% of the final game. Why? Because I didn't want to give to people something what is unbalanced, like imbalanced. And from the StarCraft standpoint, because I was a pro gamer, I know what balance means in the game. Okay, jokes aside, yeah, there are plenty of technologies being blocked currently, just for demo. So hydrogen, obviously there is no hydrotonic, there is no hydrogen tank, no hydration, no hydrotonic, no canteen, no dining stand, no human arriving, no astronaut needs. Then you don't have any manufacturing site, like another level of crafting site. You don't have all of that. You don't have even logistics for conveyor ramps. Then you don't have space science. You don't have even control panel to make autopilot, which allows you to control all your thrusters. All the thrusters are basically here blocked. So I can easily say that even more than 60% is currently locked here. So as you can see, there are like plenty things locked. There is no farming where you have to make some farmers, which are watering and planting crops and then harvesting crops. And from crops you can produce in the kitchen. If you have cooks, you can make more caloric food, which is giving extra bonuses to the astronauts. So it's especially important when you have scientists working in the laboratories where your efficiency is growing. So you can easily see that your technology, advanced technology, is being sped up. Is it correct? Sped up. The game will be so cool. Thanks if you're thinking like that. I hopefully won't disappoint anybody. So yeah, now the electricity is gone. I need to provide more. We have something to... yeah, let's catch this. Can I make another? I need 2 of them. So I don't need any more of these. I have already 10. Let's focus on iron bars and copper bars in the meantime. And what I would like to make, maybe just selecting a floor, which I would like to construct. Maybe stripes, gray. So let's make 5 by 2. It's going to be 10. Yeah. So as you can guys see, I expanded my space station. Your space station can grow horizontally, but also vertically. So I can look into columns. I can build some columns to go 1 or 2 higher. There's a question. Will there be a model of a researcher in laboratory? If I look into laboratory next, engineering, okay, I have. Now to build laboratory, I need a copper wire and some plates. So let's automate this even more. So let's make another asteroid catcher. But let's catch more of asteroids. Okay, so I'm catching this one, and when it's catched, let's catch this one. So now I should... I'm forgetting about collecting resources. Okay, so plenty of resources to collect. Maybe I should make collect all, because pressing one by one is maybe a little bit cumbersome. Who knows? So yeah, you can obviously drag and drop everything inside and outside. So yeah, I need to provide some more carbon now. And unlucky me, because I don't have any. So I need to jump here to get some. So you need to plan everything in advance. So this is basically how it works. And another 30 seconds I should be safe. Maybe 1 minute 30. So yeah, let's try to make our first laboratory, even though I cannot have astronauts later on. but first technologies just provides engineering science without specialists working inside. So I will do this, and I will unlock more technologies like from here. Engineering science industry requires smelting, logistics, and construction, so I can unlock these 3. And this cost me 2 engineering science, this cost me 10 engineering science construction. I think it's I think we overlooked this, or it was always like this, 8, 10. Okay, anyway. So what I'm going to do next, okay, I can collect resources, perfect. I can catch more, I will catch another one, but maybe not this one. Maybe this one has 7. Exactly, you have to, guys, pay attention which one has more or less resources. So if this has 7, it will divide this into tranches, like 2 each, into 5 tranches. So if there is like 5 and 2, I will get 1, 1, 1, 1, then 1, 1, 1, and 1. So it will give me more resources. And now I see there is no carbon inside, but I can deposit all of that. So now I will be safe. So this carbon reactor is providing a lot of electricity, so I don't have to worry about this. Also, will there be an easier way to get basic science? Because the moments is pretty tedious. Yeah, getting into science, like doing this, is a little bit hard, I know. But also when you construct something, you get the science points. So when you rely on like automation, it will produce a lot of basic science for you. So you will have plenty of basic science. But I agree, in the beginning it's super hard to get this, because you need to you need to just extract some resources like now, and I get 1 basic science, right? So how much basic science I have? Just 2. So it's not a lot. Maybe this needs a little bit of balancing as well. So we'll see how it goes and how the game is being shaped. So what can I do now? I have plenty of carbon, what I'm saying, iron bars and copper bars. So I can build another maybe asteroid catcher, maybe in this direction now. It doesn't really matter. I can always place this in. Yeah, and I will connect this, so I can catch in this direction as well. So I can just be way quicker and be more efficient. So now I can just jump from one to another, and I don't have to really pay attention to. This is pretty far, and it's also taking a long time to attract asteroids which are far away. Okay, so when I unlock the first conveyor belts, and when I upgrade my asteroid catchers, they would catch for me asteroids automatically, so I don't have to automatically, and I don't have to worry about this later on. So I know it's a little bit tedious currently to catch asteroids. That's why there is a way of having this queue, like 1 and 2. So one is being attracted and one is being processed. So as long as one is inside, you can catch another one. So you can always pay attention to that, right? So then you can just simply look inside, gather all the resources, and now we see how quickly I'm getting all the resources necessary for construction, right? So I'll just refill the oxygen. Obviously there is a more efficient way of getting oxygen, like building oxygen barrier, which is refilling oxygen once again to me and all my astronauts, as long as everybody and me staying inside this oxygen barrier, right? And what releases oxygen to the barrier is the oxygen generator. That's why it requires water and it requires electricity, because it produces oxygen and it releases to the barrier. So yeah, how much resources do I have? I have 9. It should also maybe show the preview. Somebody noticed that in the construction menu I have a tooltip and not in the inventory. So I think that would be something good to have. Okay, so I have double of. So I'll just catch a little bit more, and okay. So I will just discover the new technology. This I see is free. That's funny. This happens because that was recently added to the game. We made destruction and we didn't even pay attention to provide the cost. So yeah, this is pretty ridiculous that you can get destruction free. This costs 4, I still don't have it. Recycling costs 12. We did this on purpose to make this super expensive, so you get this later in the game, so you discover more, and then coming back to the recycling whenever there is a need, right? And you can also produce basic science in the laboratory, providing resources, so it's not a problem. I would love to remind you guys that if you want to try this demo and support development of the project, I will just share with you a link to the Kickstarter, so you may want to check it. So yeah, what next? I'm still forgetting about more carbon inside. Can I catch a little bit of more carbon? Yes, I have here, and maybe carbon somewhere. This is not a carbon. This one is looking amazing. Okay, so I have my devices. So I can just collect resources. And let's get into the logistics. So what do I need? I need 2 of engineering science. So let's build the laboratory. So I need the plates, and I need wire, right? So I just enable this and this. So let's disable this. Let's get how many plates do I need. I need more carbon. Do I have any carbon? Let's get carbon from here. In the process I'm getting also what I'm getting also basic science, which is pretty cool. So now I can get more carbon from here. This is also process the carbon, so I'm getting both of them. Perfect. And what I can do now, since I have a lot of resources already produced, maybe I can disable this thing because I don't need so much. I don't want to waste my carbon, and maybe I will just disable everything to be sure that I'm not wasting any resources. So let's focus on the next thing, building the laboratory, which I can do already. So let's find the laboratory, and let's maybe read the description, because I want to present how. Laboratory to generate science points. Laboratory is the place where science points are generated. Engineering science is produced in the laboratory alone, so it does not require specialists being inside and working. And to research more advanced technologies, biology, chemistry, space, and high-tech, a scientist is required. So this is how it works. When you press the carbon ore, you see what is being used by which devices inside, like being part of the recipe, and what creates. So if I look into water cell, I see there is a iron bar plus 1 carbon, and I can press, I can go from one device to another. And I think this kind of small encyclopedia it's helping people getting into the game, especially without this tutorial. I already broke the game. I wonder how did you manage to break the game? I will save the game now. Save! Because in the game you can also save the game with the name of save. That Vicky is great. Thank you very much. I really appreciate the kind words. So yeah, there are like plenty of tooltips, plenty of things you can check. Obviously there is going to be more. So when you press the wire, you know what is constructed with the wire. There are going to be more resources. So you see that a constructor is using some resources, it's producing some resources. You see what devices require iron bar, but obviously all the recipes are going to change. But this Wikipedia, let's say, or encyclopedia will stay, obviously. So what I was planning to do, building the laboratory. So here it is, and every element can be easily like drag and drop to your hotbar, and this hotbar is also saved with your game. So if you make your hotbar however you want, it's is going to be the same next time. So what I want to do now, I want to build a laboratory. It doesn't really matter where exactly. And what I'm going to do is just producing the engineering science. So what I need to provide is iron plate and carbon ore. So I need to maybe manually just place it inside. And you may not notice, but this recipe already started. And now I just need to provide some electricity. So if I just take the cable and connect this, maybe if I rotate, it will be way closer. This is why rotation works and helps. So now this laboratory is connected, but obviously because there is no carbon ore inside, I need to provide some. And now I have a problem. Okay, I would have a problem if it's not already processed, so it's perfectly fine. So I can now deposit some carbon, maybe just pressing a couple of times to not waste all of that, and I will try to catch more. This was like too far away, so I need to find another one. And also on the other side, let's catch this one, let's catch another one. This is too far, and let's catch something else. Okay, so I'm catching a lot of asteroids now, so I don't have to manually extract them, which I think is pretty sweet. And let's go and get more. Is this electricity provided? Okay, it's already produced. For a moment I thought it's not being produced. So if I deposit all the carbon now, I'm producing my first engineering science. About the belt splitters, currently this role is played by logic blocks. I don't know if you noticed, but if you put a logic block and you select, for example, carbon, it's going to be super bright. It's going to be like pushed on another conveyor belt. So this way you can use it and push it from one conveyor belt to another. So you can sort this however you want. And if you want to divide items into like three, like splitting 1 and 2 and 3 into three the same devices, and you want to like equally divide your resources, yes, there is going to be a splitter which will give you this option. So yeah, obviously everything in the game can be easily removed. So I can easily like select everything here, and I can just press the delete key. I didn't show this last time, but yes, obviously you can. If I go here, and if I want to like destroy my space station, I can simply just remove the whole fence, like simple like this, then removing like all the floor like this, and then I can get into fundaments, so foundations. So I can just select foundations like this, and when I remove it, you will notice that the space station is shaped according to that. So I made a super nice form in the ship. Thank you. Yeah, this sucking animation is pretty sweet. I agree. Yeah. So how much of technology do I have? I have 4 already. And can I get finally into logistics? Yes, I have. I can. So yeah, I discovered logistics. So now I can look into my conveyor belts, and still I need more plates. So let's just craft more of them. Let's attract more asteroids, and yeah. Do I have any more? Okay, that's perfect. Then let's catch another one. We'll catch here. Perfect. We have enough carbon. Let's deposit some. Let's get this thing. Let's get this thing. Let's get maybe manual crafting for because I will need more of these. So let's convert these and these into my iron plates. And yeah, and let's look around what I can do. So do I need more of these? No, I can just. That's why you need to balance. You cannot like automate everything, but you need to balance the resources and nicely progressing. And then when you reach like automated catchers and everything, it will like speed up, and it will allow you to produce like huge amount of resources. And yeah. I need to pay attention to the oxygen, because I didn't. If you have any more questions, just ask on the chat. I would love to answer all. Will there be an option in the big storage to change input-output? Every device, like storage container, and every other device can swap input with output, and the same happens with base warehouse. So you can already, there is an option to change outputs with inputs, and the base warehouse is providing 3 for each side, so it's total 12 inputs outputs, so you have 12 of them. So I think it's plenty, so you don't have to worry about outputs, inputs. But in fact, if you have just storage container, it has 1 output and 1 input, so you need to balance. So you can rotate the device, or you can just change input with output, and this also works. Will the jetpack use fuel? Yes, the jetpack is going to use oxygen, so you will have to carefully plan how far you are flying and then refilling the oxygen. So it's going to be more balanced, yes. Because currently I can fly super fast, and I can even reach this planet. Let's try to fly there with a jetpack. And you will see that it's not taking me so long. I'm even speeding up. And now I'm on the planet. And as you can see, it took me, I don't know, 10 seconds to get here. So this is how a map looks like. And if I look into my first station, is here. So I can mark this on my map. And obviously I can rotate everything, I can move, and that was my starting base station. I don't know if you see here, and this is my current location. So here I am, and And if you're thinking, what is this green arrow? It's my current velocity. So if I'm moving super fast, this arrow is also showing me velocity, and it has different colors based on velocity. Will there be a long-range sensor to distant asteroid planets? I will try to show on the map as many like celestial bodies as possible. Currently there is sometimes 20 of on the list, so I'm pretty confused. Where should I go? So I'm like pressing one, checking resources, pressing next one, finding out the best destination, and then marking it, and then flying with my whole space station in this direction. But it may change obviously, and we will see how it's going to be shaped. And if we will have special sensors to spot more planets in the distance, that would be definitely cool to have something, or spotting something unique like cosmic events and maybe some wormholes, black holes, all of that things, right? So I think that would be something great to have in the game. How big will the world be? So if you're asking about the universe, is procedurally generated, so it has no limits. So every player can move as far as he wants, and everything is like, because the center of the universe is like rebased, and it's making you like, from the development standpoint, it's working like, it doesn't matter how big is the universe, you are always like having everything like precise, and it's basically like Minecraft, where you have a universe divided into biomes. Maybe you don't see this here, but in fact it's like this. So sometimes they are spawning more frozen planetoids, sometimes there is a higher chance of the cosmic event, and this is basically how it was thought. Okay, so I marked the space station, first station on my marker, and because both bot and the station are in the same direction, I have them like overlapping. So, but it's fine. So maybe I shouldn't mark this. Maybe I should put marker on another one. So now I have the send word in this direction, and I have my bot in this direction. Will there be a pirate? I wish there is going to be any like extra aliens, pirates attacking you when you are traveling. Maybe, who knows? I think that would be something great to have in the game. So now I'm flying back to my first space station. I can with control slow down always, so I can always be super precise with this. And I like how with this jetpack I can make myself like flying around, and I can be super precise with control shift. So I can make myself like floating around, like orbiting, or I think the movement system itself is quite nice. Are there going to be some logic blocks? Yes. That's why there is a whole category like logic blocks reserved for just logic blocks. So currently there is a blocker which obviously blocks resources, so nothing with specific type can get inside. I can demonstrate this. So if I put this on conveyor belt and I said none of the gold bar can get inside, it means none of the gold bars can get inside. I can select up to 5 resources. So if I don't want any of the like bars getting inside, I can do this. If I just want to block all the resources, I can just make this empty. Then nothing can get inside, so I can block one path, and it can also be super useful. Tak, streamuję, hey! If you guys haven't checked the ongoing Kickstarter campaign, it's super important to me that every who is joining the stream is at least checking the trailer, because I spent 2 weeks on working on that trailer, and would be awesome if you can just have a look just for a brief moment. The link should be somewhere on the chat. You can also find it in the description. So what I'm going to do next, now, since I have my conveyor belt, I can start outputting resources, and I will build a warehouse, so I won't need like collecting all the resources each time I process something, right? So I'm planning to build a warehouse where all my resources is going to be stored, and I will use them directly for construction, because everything what is inside, this is a description which is describing this. So these are construction resources representing warehouse and inventory, so both. It can be in one warehouse, another warehouse, plenty of warehouses, and in my inventory, doesn't really matter. They all can be used for construction. So I can reordering them however I want. So if I think, my copper wire is more important, I can just place this on my, let's say here, right? And I can set resources however I want to preview on my screen. What is the ultimate goal? Recently on Discord we've been thinking about ultimate goal, and there is no yet goal, but there are plenty of technologies, and there is one technology about the black holes, and we are thinking about a device which is doing something awesome, like capturing black holes. So you need to travel, find like a couple of black holes, I don't know, like tame them or use the energy to build something enormous, and this might be like ultimate goal. But we will have to still think to not be like too super hard from one side and not super boring on the other hand. So we need to find a nice sweet spot for ultimate goal. Damn, that's a long time. So yeah. I need to catch more, because instead of playing I'm doing some other stuff. So let me catch more. Okay, this is catching double. They're already inside. I need more. I don't have a carbon. Do I have kill? No. Do I have kill? No. Simply means that I need to find a new carbon. And then I will catch more carbon. So I can deposit carbon now. Do I have anything? Because this is producing carbon. I should disable this. Sometimes it's worth to set the limit of your recipe. So if I set 3, it will only make 3 iron plates. I mean, 3 recipes, it will be 6. But this will repeat 3 times. So this is worth to always to set, to not have problems like all your resources are suddenly gone because you have manual crafting activated. So this is being processed. I need more carbon now. Do I have more carbon here? Let's get some iron. And yeah, so let's start outputting that. So what do I need for making the to construct first warehouse. Or maybe I will start with the storage, connect with the storage, and then I will output all the resources from the storage into the base warehouse. I think that would be even better. And now I feel that the game is a little bit slow, so maybe we will try to speed it up in the beginning at least. So the crafting and the sketching, maybe times we can a little bit make shorter. Maybe also producing in the asteroid more resources, because now in some asteroids there is only a couple of resources, like 3-4, but we can increase the number. What about gravity? So currently you have gravity. So gravity changes when you land on the another planet or another space station. So you are basically attached. This means even if this space station is being moved, when it's moving, your character is also moving. So yeah, there is gravity, and about changing gravity, it will be pretty simple to make it, but I cannot imagine that players changes gravity and then what? They are like upside down, and you cannot even build from this perspective, like underneath. Obviously you can also select and you can remove some blocks and you can do whatever you want, but this is not how all the devices are being constructed. So orientation of the space station, what I'm saying, is just always in one axis, right? XY axis. That's why we don't want to flip space stations upside down, because then it will be a problem having one like this and one rotated 180 degrees, like upside down. Then how they can even dock to each other, you know? They would require like another system of docking, not like being aligned, but being like connected with a pipe or something, like a spline or something. Czy linki będą w tej grze? You're asking me in Polish if there are going to be some links. No, but probably aliens or some, maybe not monsters, but some artificial intelligence, maybe some robots attacking your spaceship. I'm thinking about every possibility, like sci-fi elements, including to the game, because I feel there is not enough sci-fi. Hello and greetings. Greetings from Poland. Carriers. That actually sounds like wonderful. And then you have to protect your space station. Because I was a Halo Master Chief developer and I was playing StarCraft, and I think this is like a perfect match of both. And I was also fan of Factorio for a very long time, so I think that's something nice to do. So I need more of the iron bars, so I'll just make 6 of them, and I will disable iron plates. Okay, now it's perfectly fine. And what I would like to produce is... I'm also thinking, because many times I'm doing this mistake, maybe there should be, when I press the when I press shift, I can split my items, but maybe there should be like a recipe which this iron plate was created, so I can like dematerialize. So maybe with the next technology I will be able to reverse this process. So if I have iron plate, I can get from iron plate like 1 iron bar and 1 carbon, in case I just want to revert this process. Because in fact now I have 16 iron plates and there is nothing I can do with them, and now I suddenly need copper bars and iron bars. So So what I was trying to do now, let me think, let me analyze. So here is a 1, here is a second. Let's try to find a sweet spot. Maybe in between. So this will go left, this will go directly down, and maybe right. So I will start producing some constructing path, maybe conveyor belt. Do I have this here? Yes. So I can make 2, 3, and now I need suddenly. So as you can see, now everything is being like outputted on the conveyor belt. Medivacs from StarCraft. They can heal you. When you forget about oxygen, they can just come to you and help you and rescue. Come to the rescue. Yeah. So let's think what next. So I need for construction of this. I need obviously the. So let's get this. How many? Maybe 3. Okay, so I should be able to make more of it. So 1, 2, then maybe like that. Then I have. Okay, I have a lot of. Now it's useful. So I can just go here. Then I'm waiting for another. Maybe another 2. Okay, so I will get 6 of copper wires, which is perfect. So I can just get this, and maybe everything will go here. So how I can sort this? So the simplest way I think is using the blocker and combining this with my storage container. So if I place the storage container, I need another ice. There is nothing. There is nothing. Because now everything is being like output. So I think what I need, I will just get. Okay, here, so I can get some more copper. About the recipes, there should be an option to make X amount and continue when it's less than X. I agree. Somebody mentioned this on Discord recently, that there should be for recipes, if you reach the number of items crafted, because currently it's just a limiting number of repeats of the recipe, right? But it should be based on the number of resources being in your inventory. That would probably make more sense, and I will think how I can improve the system. So currently, I would like to make the storage. So from my devices, there is a storage container, 7, and this is fine. And I need one more of this one, and that should be enough. And when I place this here, everything is coming inside, so I can just get here, and this is my storage. And if I do something like, I can just use my blocker. So if I don't want to output any of my eyes, any of my I can do actually whatever I want, but I can just limit to not output any eyes. So this will keep all the eyes inside, so I can just make like another conveyor belt. So I should place some logic blocks down like this. So I can place this, I can select the eyes, and I can make another conveyor belt. So if I go in this direction, I should not have any eyes. So you see that everything what is not ice is being outputted from this storage container. And now I will transfer everything to my base warehouse, but I need a little bit more resources. What about modular space stations? Good question. I'm going to explain this now. So about the modularity. This is super important that every space station can be detached and can be linked. And how you can achieve this? Because there is already system of making foundations. So there is a block, corner, bottom part, and bottom corner, which makes the space station looks way cooler with 4 pieces. But you have also colony origin. So I will show you how you can make new colony. So you just place this somewhere. Name your new colony. Let's say new colony. Create the colony. And this obviously will have cost. And you will see that on the map there is like another colony next to the first one, and you can select this new colony. So this is like your first milestone, right? And then when you go here, you can move this colony independently. So you can attach some blocks to it. You can even go crazier. So we can build a lot of fundaments. And I just started next colony, right? So this is how it works, how you can make many colonies, and you can attach them, you can detach them. And if you destroy this block, destroy the colony, all these blocks will be destroyed as well. So you can make small colonies, then get rid of them quickly. You can simultaneously like manage and dock one to another, and you can fly with them. So I think that that makes a lot of sense. Will pushers extract resources from storage? The pusher itself is pushing something into the storage. So let's imagine a situation now where I have another storage container. Let me just grab all the resources. And if I have this, let's make some bars. I still need more bars. So I will, but can I access pusher? Yes, I can. So I will demonstrate how the pusher basically works. So it's pushing from one conveyor belt to another, but not only. It can also push something directly to the device. So you don't have to worry about the conveyor belt being in specific direction. Like here, it's moving in this direction, right? But you can just put one pusher and it will push in the direction of like pushing direction. So if I have this like here, and even because there is an arrow, and if I rotate my conveyor belt, it will start pushing in this direction, but I can also do this with a pusher. So if I use my pusher, it will start pushing in this direction. So this is basically how it works. So this storage container is blocking all eyes, keeping this inside, and this one is pushing everything from this conveyor belt inside, but it can push only one specific resources. If I want to push only carbon, I can do this. So this will only push carbon into the storage, and I can continue with this conveyor belt like going. So it will just filter all the resources, pushing all the carbon into one storage container. Hope that makes sense for you guys. This is how every logic block works. And I don't want to make them having a cost. The spaceship like that one at the end of the tutorial. Yes, you can produce many small vehicles, and one of the Kickstarter goals currently is to make modular vehicles, and it's next, maybe I can show you. So on the Kickstarter website there is a I wish more people sees the Kickstarter, but oh well. Oh, super. So there are Kickstarter goals. You can download the demo. Here is our team. We are currently 8 people working remotely on the project. But I wish we can make a small studio in Poland. We live near Katowice, so everybody can also join. Join. Yeah, so this is our team. We are a programmer. This is friend who is investing a little bit of money, and we work like together. There is a 3D artist, 2D artist, game designer, composer, and I was talking about the goals. So there are modular vehicles, as you can see here, and there are going to be more in the future. So currently there is this spacecraft and there is a rover. It's like space rover. And I was testing this with 1 wheel, 5 wheels, 4 wheels, 2 wheels, and everything actually works super nicely. So I cannot wait to make this, extending these mechanics of building smaller vehicles. And this will work like this hangar, which is currently locked, will allow you to change your like view, and it will put you inside like hangar, and it will allow you to construct smaller vehicles. And then when it's constructed, it will appear on this platform, basically. Hope that makes sense. Katowice, 3 hours by car. Amazing. It's basically south of Poland, where Intellect's Master Katowice was. I think I'm talking a little bit. So my throat is suffering. So if you allow me just 2-minute break, not more, I will just get more tea and come to in just a moment, just maximum 5 minutes, I promise. And in the meantime, you can just check the video about the trailer. So here is the Kickstarter trailer, and maybe I can. Okay. I am back! Yay! Yeah, so let's finish building the space station. And I really don't understand how people get any bugs, because I don't have any bugs. Ale schudłeś przez te lata programowania. Really? Czekaj, I will turn on the camera. You just said that I get slimmer. I don't know if it's a compliment or not, But yeah, I was 80 kilograms and now I'm 70, really. So I lost 10 kilograms. I don't know if you can even see it, but I don't know if it's because of programming or because of vegetarian diet. And I'm really becoming a vegetarian, almost. I'm not like super strict with this, but I reduced meat by 90 maybe percent. I look good. Thank you. If you, I noticed that this building has. Huh? Ah, yeah, it disappears. So it has not enough of the exactly. Like boundaries are not big enough. Okay. So what I can do next? This is not processing. I need more carbon. Where can I find the carbon? Do I have any carbon? No carbon. Is there any carbon? Nope. Then I need to find the carbon. I'm always having problems with carbon. I don't know why. More carbon, carbon. Give me carbon. Okay. Let's process more carbon then. So I can get more carbon. Let's get more carbon. Process more. This is being processed. So this gives me. So what should I do? I shouldn't make 2 of these, so I will just now remove them because I wanted to connect. Fine. Luckily, I can collect them and they appear in my inventory, so that's nice. Yeah. So. What I need to catch more, here catching, so I need more APM. This game, sometimes it's super quick. When I'm playing, I really feel the flow. It's almost like StarCraft, multitasking. Here, 250 APM, here, more, no, this finish, I need to press this, and then there is automation, boring part when I'm looking, millions of elements are being produced now. I'm saying boring, but this is like planning them, like where I can put another conveyor, where I can put another pipe in between. It's getting a little bit messy, but this is actually what is nice about those kind of automation games. What about this deconstruction? Will it refund some resources? Yes. So currently there is a system where you can use a recycling machine, and it's refunding or recollecting, getting you 80% of resources, but if something costs less, and I will give you some examples. So this costs just 1, so it will give you entire 1 iron bar and copper bar. Smelter will give you 4 out of 5 because it costs 5. This is 5, so it will give you 4 out of 5. But if something costs less, like this 4 and 4, it will give you 4 and 4. So you need to pay attention to that one. Okay, and everything what is blocked is not showing you the cost, which is good. But remember, pool, spawning pool, maybe 6 pool. So yeah, do I still have this? Do I have any? Now everything should be inside. Okay, plenty of resources, so I don't have to worry about this. And I'm actually an idiot because I should automate the carbon reactor. So so what I can do here, removing this, now making that because I have only blockers, so I need to use blockers this way. So what I should do, I don't have enough resources. It's going a little bit slow. I have a lot of these, so I can just make more. I can get these. And why I removed one of these? To make them a little bit higher. So you can go, you can also go vertically. So as you can see here, I'm just lifting a little bit. That's why I had to destroy one element, and I will just craft maybe 2 more of these. I have how many? 4 of them. Okay, that will be enough. Maybe 1 more, and this should finish. Ah, this is why. One of this. Okay. So when I link this, it's creating this kind of going up, and this will allow me to place the conveyor belt, obviously, here. So I will start with placing the logic block, which will block here and block here. So here I will block what I'm outputting. So it will block the carbon, and here I will block this, this, and this. And I can build a... So that should basically work. If I have carbon inside, I should collect more. Okay, thanks for your answers. See you later. See you. Thanks for visiting the stream. I really appreciate that you came and asked some questions. If you have, guys, any more questions, please don't. Please don't worry. Please don't hesitate and ask. I will answer all the questions. So as you can see now, only carbon is being pushed here. There is a way better way of doing this, so I can just do the filter and putting filter block here and the blocker here, and it will allow me to filter and only allow the carbon or coming here. So I wouldn't have to place 3 of them, but I would just place the filter with just carbon, right? So it will just output carbon here. So there are plenty of ways you can design your own space station, and I cannot wait to see people what they are going to make exactly. So now I need a little bit of copper wire, so let's craft a little bit more, and then I will be able to connect this. I can rotate this device, so now I can get here and I can connect this here, because suddenly this becomes detached, right? Disconnected, so I need to connect this as well. So maybe I will just connect this, and then I will place here, and what do I need? I need the I need the iron. I can just take one, and it should allow me to make a continuous production and supply of the carbon reactor. So I'm thinking that each playthrough will be better, and the demo or the game will also improve, and I think it will be fast pacing, and I also didn't want to include too many elements in the demo itself, so I think it's something. Hello, Gremore. Siema. Yeah. So what I need next? If I can get a little bit of this, yes, I have. Then I can use my crafting because I'm not using any smelting, and with smelters everything is more automated, and I just try. I'm using a lot of handcrafting, that's why it's super slow. So what I'm going to do, producing some copper, then from copper maybe just one of this, and that should be good. And can I place it? So now carbon reactor is being supplied by this. So what I need to do is just finding more asteroid to catch, and this is like whole loop being connected. So I'm super glad that I've done this, so I don't have to worry about this anymore. So now every resource is being outputted to the storage container, which is nice, so I can collect everything from storage container. And here my carbon is entering this carbon reactor. So yeah. But I think it's time finally to make a warehouse where every stored resource will allow me to construct like remotely, taking all the resources. So what I'm going to do is just making a small conveyor belt and maybe this warehouse here in the corner. So I will start making the warehouse, which is quite expensive. It requires 8 and 8. So let's get more resources. So I just need to craft this and this. Yeah, and get all the resources. And maybe I will just refill oxygen because I'm slowly dying. So yeah. I didn't success there is a spacecraft. Where is my spacecraft? Did I just remove the spacecraft? Interesting. Okay, interesting. Oh, and music changed. That's something nice. Will be there a cooperation mode? Yes, this is a plan. So currently we've been testing some multiplayer, which with all the replication, how movement together with the space station can work, and it's going to be for sure multiplayer with co-op mode, where 2 players can extract things, can place things, collect, and they will have shared this warehouse and also shared inventories, so they can reuse. They can both use the same resources for construction. So this is pretty exciting that both players will have like shared inventory, and they can like make some fights. But I think it's going to be a cool mechanic anyway, despite that. It will be super weird that players have shared inventory, but we'll see how it goes. Because currently this is like shared inventory, where you can pick resources and you can just construct. We will see how it looks. Yeah. So how many more resources I need for the warehouse? It's here. I just need 1 more iron bar, and that should be it. So I can just collect this. I can catch more here. This is being processed. Then I will catch maybe this, and then I will catch here. Amazing. I can also manually speed everything up. So yeah. And I should have already 8. So let's build the warehouse. Okay, maybe here. So as you can see, guys, the warehouse is pretty big. It has a lot of, like, plenty of inputs and outputs. And what I was explaining before is that you can, with this magic button on the bottom, you can swap inputs and outputs. So when you do this, you can reconfigure this outputs, inputs. however you want. So this is also working for storages. So this would basically work the same way, like rotating the same device twice. But I don't want to do this because yeah. And obviously rotating the base warehouse doesn't really matter because it's symmetric. It has from each side the same outputs and inputs. So, but what I can do now, I can just build conveyor belt and I can finally link it, and you will see how all the resources are being stored inside. So what I need here, I just need a little bit more of this, so maybe let's put 4 of them. And now I can just make... I still need one of the copper wire. So let's make the copper wire. I have 2 of them, so let's make 1 copper wire and that should be enough. Let's pick everything from inside. Let's catch another asteroids. It's pretty simple. Yeah. And I can catch another one if I want to. Maybe there should be some snapping system. When I'm nearby the asteroid, allowing me easier to like point on them. Right. And maybe a little bit wider range, because sometimes there is like I cannot. It's not bad, but yeah. So when I connect this, they will start entering the warehouse. So they're like being sorted out. And now, as you can see in the left top corner, everything here I don't need to pick up anymore, because this I can use directly for construction. So I don't have to worry about having this inside my inventory. I can just use everything directly, which is pretty awesome, because I can also use this to refill my oxygen. And whenever I do this, yeah, number of ice cubes here, it's decreasing. So yeah, so this is how base warehouse is working. And yeah, and there is a nice preview of elements. So if I make conveyor belt, it will like start outputting them. I can also put logic blocks, I can filter them. So I can put the logic block plus filter to output only one type of resources which I want from the warehouse. In case I want to process them further, if I want to provide them to smelter and go on and go on. And it becomes trivial if you have automated asteroid catchers where you filter all the resources and make more. Shared inventory. Whew. Never heard of the game that does that. Might be fun. And I think, yeah, this actually, shared inventory, inspired me was the Factory Town. This is like small game when he's doing this actually, and I was like, there is a town hall where you have a town hall. I don't know how to pronounce. Where you can store all the resources, and you can use them directly for construction. So this is the similar concept. And here you can just reorder them, which I'm finding fascinating. So yeah, you can configure this however you want. So it's giving you plenty of freedom and flexibility. So yeah. So I think this will be almost everything from the demo. I have plenty things to recycle. I'm thinking, let's look into technology tree. I didn't present oxygen barrier. Probably I'm going to do this next time when I'm going to stream. Probably tomorrow. So I will stream maybe at the same time. Around 8 o'clock I will start streaming. So and I will also show a little bit of construction. So there is also access to mining. I don't know why I didn't show this, but yeah, and scanning. So yeah. And what is interesting that you don't have to discover every technology. You can just skip maybe water, rely on ice cubes to refill your oxygen, and then when the time has come, you can discover this water, and you can push this up to hydrogen when you need to provide first like hydrotonic for your astronauts when they arrive. Yeah, you can go directly into pneumatic tubes, or you can just postpone this. So there is like a lot of choices in this tree where you can go, or you may postpone. You can rely more on the handcrafting if you want, longer or less. So it's everything up to you. You can go directly into smelting, and you can deposit everything into smelters, which will speed up the production even further. So you don't have to rely on this handcrafting, but you can just put everything into smelters. So I think there will be like plenty of ways of playing and opening this game. So I'm pretty excited to see what people will think about this. So yeah, please let me know what you think about this game. And if you haven't checked the Kickstarter yet, please look into at least into the trailer and this page, which took me like so much time to prepare. And I will just post the link, and yeah, that will be everything for today. Now go enjoy your freedom. At the moment, I'm looking forward to the final version more and more. Thank you. This is like amazing, super kind words. Okay, so thank you guys for watching, and see you tomorrow. Around 8 you can see me on this channel.